Oh, hello and welcome to Business in Lahles, session 31. So we normally do, we'll go around the table and see how each of the players are doing. So let's start with Onyx. How was your week?
Fine.
You sound very sleepy.
Wrong feeling, but yeah.
Well, hope everything's all right. But we'll move on because I'm sure you don't want to get into too many details, of course. Krev, how was your week?
Good. Just usual busy work week. Looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah, same.
And
Glad
D&D,
tomorrow's
of
Friday.
course. You know.
I am so glad tomorrow's Friday. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
Rekid, how was your week?
It was good. I went to the zoo on Monday. That's always fun. The weather was pretty nice for us, and we just got out of there right before the thunderstorms hit.
Did you do
But David-
your podcast there?
No, this was just a pleasure trip. And it was Finley's first trip to the zoo. We had him in a little outfit and everything. It was very cute.
Were the thunderstorms very, very frightening?
Always, yeah.
Okay, good.
Has anyone ever recognized you from your podcast when you go to the zoo?
Not at the zoo, but once when we went to the Georgia Aquarium.
Cool.
That is
But-
cool.
But that was probably because we were in Atlanta for a McElroy show. So those people were also there for that McElroy show, and there's some big overlap
Crossover. Yeah.
there.
Well, that's so
What is
cool.
it? Audience
Yeah.
crossover.
Kadir, how was your week?
You know, I'm hungry as hell. I still want to bury myself in ice cream, but I'm surviving. Still doing the diet thing.
True.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thank you.
Moment of
Christian.
silence. And Trace, how was your week, bud?
Good.
Well, we won't ask any other questions. We'll just move
I didn't
on.
even get the whole word there. It kind of cut out. Just said "ud." It's even less than normal.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty spot on. I imagine that's just how Trace basically communicates anyways.
Yeah, next week I'm just going to say G.
No.
Oh.
Let's Ood was fine. G
Okay.
sounds weird. But which of you are gonna take the lead on the recap?
Good idea, of course. I have no idea what happens last time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So there, you know what? It's funny you say that because I can't remember right now. So I'm just gonna look at the map and hope that reconfigures my thoughts.
I know what we did. We went
All
we went to Michael's craft store.
Oh yeah, we
Mhm.
did.
We decided to rest and we upgraded our shit.
Yep, there was a party disagreement as to how to move forward. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like anything happened in the previous week, so I think resting up and preparing for what definitely won't be our final fight seems to have been the correct call. The short of it is we spoke to Bragdar, who was very not happy that we disappeared for like 4 days. We dispensed to him our information, and he was freaking out because his star heroes of Lahles had all disappeared, and also the guy who was the guy who was holding back the snake people at the portal, his basically brother Renus had also disappeared, and then he disclosed to us that he didn't check to see if Renus was home, which is weird. He's freaking out, losing his shit, blaming us for his disappearance almost. And he didn't even knock on the dude's door and check with his kids. Kind of weird. But I don't know what Bragdar was thinking, but so we go to Renus's home, and it turns out he's just there. but that he seems to have been in a deep contemplative study, trying to learn information about the snake people, presumably. We turf the information we have over to him about our the snake people portal, the Sneeple portal, as it has been called, and
Or Snortle.
I like that, the snortle, the snorple also
Oh, yeah, that's
popped.
good.
And so we give him the snorple information, the deets, and from there we settled down, and opened up a Michael's craft store. I built a bracer of defense. I built bracers of defense for Rekid, which, I mean, you gotta love being 10% harder to hit, right, Rekid?
Oh yeah, so good.
I also made a new set of armor made out of green queen scales for myself. I donned it with some poison resistance, and I'm calling it the Queen's Mail. Thankfully, it's a little bit lighter than my previous armor, and which I handed off to Krev. So Krev is now a rolling pile of bug parts.
Yeah, just to intervene here. I mean, that was all the boring parts that were crafted by Session. Those not the important ones, right? I mean, Trace crafted a wonderful rocking chair plus 3.
You know
It's
what?
amazing. Yeah.
That's true. You
Yeah.
built, not only that, but you requisitioned a house. Like, you just claimed the shit out of it. It's
Yep.
like I mean, I mean, honestly, there could be a dead body under your house, and I don't think you would have known. You're just like, this is fucking mine. It could be
Yep.
haunted as shit, and you didn't care. It's just like, this is my house now. So, you know, Trace became a homeowner. He has plans to pay taxes. Very exciting.
Well, Trace doesn't know what taxes is, but except that, yes.
I could have swore we rolled like an int check to see if you knew what taxes were.
I do believe the comment was, "Is that a human thing?" And then
Yeah.
you said yes, and he said, "Oh." Something of that nature.
Oh yeah, I had to knock like 3 feet off the armor you gave me to make it fit.
Yeah, yeah. And you also built a nice little stone shield for yourself out of the.
Well, yeah, I upgraded my already nice shield with the portal magical rocks.
And yeah, the rest ended, and now we're planning on sailing south to another snorkel in the Empty Tide Sea, where we are going to lay assault to a Sneeple snorkel base, and hopefully kill us a couple of queens, maybe find a king that needs slaying as well. I'm sure it's going to go perfectly well. This mission,
Until it doesn't.
we originally deemed this mission as being a what was it, a death sentence, I think was how we
Suicide
termed it.
mission.
Suicide mission, that was it.
We're the
So-
Suicide Squad now, you know.
Yep, we're basically
But
that.
that was 2 levels ago.
It wasn't actually. We were the same. Weren't we the same level as we are now?
No.
It might have been a level lower. I mean, I don't think it was 2 levels.
Yeah, we're dead as shit. Well,
We'll see.
I mean, I'm just happy because I'm gonna have some cool item legacies. You know, once I die, there's gonna be some.
There's going to be
Magic.
some decked out Yanti NPCs, yeah.
I mean, until they die and hand it off to someone else, yeah. I mean,
They'll be impossible to hit.
it's the stealing wheel. That's how it works.
Oh, impossible to hit for normal people.
Yeah,
I
we
mean-
have fucking Legolas over here.
If we die, can we play like a party of 1T?
Sure.
Like the party of 1T that picks up all of our items and then moves out on the world to conquer it?
And then you all change goals. Instead of protecting Lahles, now overtaking it.
I mean, it'll be nice because then we can finally know what the fuck is going on.
Well, maybe there would be some clarity. Maybe not. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to add to that? There were a couple of other indications last session. Most of it, of course, was the crafting. More of the information in the beginning.
Also worth noting, all this crafting was made possible by Renus, who acquired a 500 gold large diamond through possibly nefarious means he did not wish to disclose. I kind of wish we had some more time to continue crafting, because there's definitely a lot more work that I can do to build up. I mean, pretty much all of us.
By the way, Kyle, I don't know if I can do this like a bit of going backwards, but I didn't really have anything to do the last 2 days. I just read random books. Is there any chance I could find a book about the sea south of Lahles and just like read up a bit?
Maybe. Let me roll for
Thank
it.
you. Okay.
Give you a very low percentage chance. Because
Well, it's not the sea, just in general about seafaring. If that makes sense.
you got some good life experience now, right?
True. Well, not love for a level though.
Not enough for a level.
Nope.
I have a feeling that once we deal with this Sneeple Snorple to the south, we're going to auto level at that point. I feel it. I hope.
All right. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check, Trace, and we'll see what kind of extra basic stuff you pick up.
Yeah.
Nah.
Show me potato salad.
It's a bit early for salad, isn't it?
It
Nah.
is. All right.
13.
I'll get back to you right after this little bit of an introduction. Okay, bud?
Sure.
All right. So, as we continue our story on May 15th, year 1101, just after completing a few days of rest for some and a few days of intense crafting for others, mainly Kadir, and even with a tad bit coming from Krev, each of you feel totally refreshed as bits of light and some heat begin to creep into your room, passing through the shutters. You each begin to wake in the early morning hours and begin your early morning routines. Soon, the smells of bacon and freshly I can't believe I'm doing this, but freshly baked bread, and I had to actually practice that because I didn't want to stumble over it, and I still did it. Begin to creep into your rooms, filling the air. Each of you then hear sounds of the goblin twins down below. No, I win like this! Then you hear Venus shout, "No, don't!" And then echoes through the entire tower. Each of you even feeling the floor shake a tad bit.
Well, I suppose this is our tower now. I knew them well.
Hate to see it.
I mean, we're going to have to. We have to go downstairs at some point.
Is there a window on this floor?
There is.
Yeet!
My hubris has given me an idea.
I mean, to be fair, you don't really care how high it is. That's kind of your thing.
I was gonna say your hubris might think that, but just don't break your femoris doing it.
Your hubris, but you might break your humerus.
Okay.
I like it.
All right, I guess all joking aside, we should probably go check on that, huh?
Yeah.
Very well.
Pretty sure that the Trace was sitting in the middle of everything in his rocking chair, sleeping, well, meditating. So, I guess I would have been close to the explosion wherever it was, and not sleeping, of course.
Well, as each of you convene downstairs on the second level, you see quite a bit of black smoke coming from within the kitchen. You hear hurried footsteps going back and forth. The bits of extinguishing flames as you hear water hitting the fire, and then just a bit of a soon the black smoke turning to bits of gray and white. Then hear Venus, "Boys, out of the kitchen! Do not come back in here again." And you hear the twins in unison, "Ah!" and begin making their way out. Seeing each of you, as you look at them over, you see them just covered in what looks like soot. They give a smile. You see their white teeth, bits of sharpened fangs, kind of just almost brightly shining as compared to their skin. "Morning!"
I will pat their heads as they walk by.
Bits of like the ash and soot just like plume off the head a bit. You can see where your handprint is on their top of their head, and then just like the bits of green skin that lie below.
Looking to Renus. Can you imagine what they're going to be like when they're older? When they have the capability to do things like plan?
Well, they will either kill somebody or kill themselves in the process.
Well,
And
I
then,
guess you
go
better
ahead.
start pointing them in the right direction then, yeah?
Well, that was the hope, as he pulls out like a vial. You see this darkish red color, and it's just quickly losing its red and turning to complete black. I had them taking a little bit of lessons and trying to make each of you some, well, treats for your journey. However, they, well, decided that they wanted to add flour.
Looks at
Might
Trey.
have been my fault. Sorry about that. I thought that humans used flour for everything.
Well, they were making the bread quite nicely, which is what gave me the idea to have them help me in my endeavor. He just shakes his head. Hopefully soon, they start acting a bit more mature. I'm not sure how long I can keep up with them in my old age.
I understand. How old are they, anyways?
5.
Oh. Well, I do know that goblins mature early, but I guess that not that early.
Yes, it'll be another 2 to 3 years before they even, well, begin thinking of approximately that of a teenage human, maybe a very young elf, depending on how distinguished your family is. But for them, they will remain a bit dim-witted for their entire lives.
Understand that.
Well,
Just for the record, Trace is actually very young. For an elf.
probably still older than the rest of us, though.
Yeah. I'm not done. But like, Trace would be like a teenager, late teenager.
Well, I mean, that could put you anywhere below 100, couldn't it?
I mean,
Yeah,
100 is 18. Basically.
maybe Rekid's older than you.
Maybe.
Mhm.
Well, no, I'm above 100, so probably not.
Rekid's actually a vampire.
That's a plot line I can get into.
Same.
So when is the Rekid vampire plot happening?
You never questioned my black parasol that I carried with me.
And
Or the
every time he turns into a bat.
But to be fair, he's blind as a bat at night. That makes no sense.
So just screaming in the dark, trying to find me.
I mean, that's not unlike what's happened previously.
Mhm.
Ah, yes, he's using echolocation.
There it is.
Well, I know that you've been quite hard at work, Kadir, for the past few days. Are each of you looking to get a bit more things done, or?
I'm going to look offended at him. I mean, look what I made. I mean, he just made an armor. I made a chair. I mean, come on.
You are right, Trace. That is quite impressive.
Thank you.
Give
But,
me an insight check.
Sarcasm.
You definitely pick up quite a bit of sarcasm.
I got that.
Thanks. Wait, can I use comprehend languages so I can understand it? I want to be I want to be proficient with this sarcasm.
It'll take a long time. And pretty high level spells.
All right. Well, I think. Well, there is always more preparation to do, but I think we're going to go.
Very well. I'm sure you'll speak to Radgar before departing. Sure, he'll inform you that he has some scouts patrolling Samira's camp off to the northwest. When you're there, perhaps it's wise to bring it up. See if there's any new updates from the front.
Very well. So, is everyone ready for whatever comes next?
Yeah, I mean, we're taking our boat, right? Or what's the plan?
I believe the plan is the same. If we use the boats to get out there, it's likely we will fall under attack. But Bragdar can cast polymorph on one of us, turn us into a whale, and then we will carry the rest of the party members there. I believe that was the old plan.
According to new knowledge, I don't think that can work.
Polymorph
Oh, right.
doesn't last very long, does it?
Oh, what was the new knowledge that says that won't work anymore?
He said it earlier.
Challenge rating must be equal to or less than the target's level. So with that, like the target being one of you guys, depending on, I guess maybe what kind of whale, but from doing some research, they're all pretty much like CR8s.
Oh, I didn't think they would be that high. I know that
Me
there's
either. But that's why I was doing research on it today and yesterday because, that was kind of the plan. And I was like, oh, well, I just put forth an idea that I don't think can work. So I was like doing a bunch of research because I figured it was from the caster, not the
I didn't
target.
know that there was a stat block for like a large whale, like the I guess like a blue whale.
Yep.
I know that there's a stat block for killer whale, which I think is CR4.
There's one for sperm whale.
Sperm
that
whale,
one's 8.
CR8.
Damn.
It's because it's big.
Big boys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What if we go into the secret place, Kadir, and then turn you into a water animal of some sort?
I do not know what you speak of.
The gem bank. Wink.
Wreck-It, if I do say so myself, I believe you're confusing everybody here. Why not just speak plainly?
You know, that place, it's like a lamp or something where you put things. It's a magical dimension.
I cannot put us all there. At this
Oh,
point.
okay.
I wish I could.
That's a shame.
Yes, otherwise we could do that and then just throw ourselves in Krebs' shark mouth.
Or we could just go in there and someone catapults it.
But I mean, Krev has underwater breathing as a ritual spell, right?
Yeah.
How about we find some rocks and like bind them to our feet and just walk on the sea surface?
Hmm.
What is it called? Not sea surface. What's it called?
The ocean floor
There you go. That's the word I'm looking for.
I mean,
or sea floor, whatever.
I
I was
suppose
actually very curious how you would tie a rock and be on the surface of the ocean. It's like,
It's
must be,
volcanic rock.
must be a spell that he's thinking of, but I'm not following.
Like
How-
just add
how-
some weight, right?
Much time do I think it would take to get from like the docks of Lahles to the temple by walking across the bottom of the sea? Is that a day or less?
Well, you have an approximate location. It's, I mean, from a quick look, it looks to be about 25 miles. I mean, roughly estimating.
That seems like more than a day of travel to me.
well, you can cast the spell as a ritual, can you not?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's true. I mean, I guess I could just. Well, I mean, we have to sleep at some point.
You know, it might not be a bad thing just taking the boat there. We might not have a boat to bring back, but you know.
What if
Well,
we take
what's-
the boat halfway and then just, do that same strategy? but,
Well,
like,
sleeping wouldn't be a problem, but I mean, you could just cast it before we go to bed.
and
Or
just-
could you do the Pirates of the Caribbean thing where they have like a boat and like put air and
we just
walk
like
on the-
sleep underwater somehow. Like,
Oh, why not? I mean, honestly,
I
What is
feel
the
like that'd be dangerous.
is the breathing really the only problem though?
I mean, there's going to be other things in the water.
Yeah. Other animals.
well, you can say that about everything, like the forest and.
I mean, there's going to be the steeple, but then there's going to be
You-
potentially other stuff too.
Do we know how deep that portion of the sea is?
And
Good
I don't.
question.
Yes.
That depends. Did I find anything useful?
Oh yeah, you'll find a few things useful. The empty tide sea is fairly calm due to its slight shallowness in comparison to the open ocean. It has depths that reach 200 to 250 feet at the most, but for the majority, just 100 foot deep.
So that's actually a good question. How do we deal with underwater pressure?
Oh, that's a deep question.
Well,
And the bends, from surfacing too quickly, etc. Does that even
Well,
apply to D&D?
How is underwater breathing worded? Does it take that into consideration?
Well, I guess that's a good point.
It's
'cause
just
if you're
based off
breathing
of
it,
your con.
yeah. The whole concept of getting the bends is from pressurized or nitrogenized oxygen from like a scuba tank. You don't
So
have that
the-
if you're actually breathing water.
Well,
So
Yeah.
there
Well,
there are rules for bends in the Salt Marsh book. But I mean, I haven't seen any games that have input that yet. Unless Kyle has something homebrewed, so I don't know.
Right.
fish do have that problem still, by the way, if they're pulled up too quick from a deep depth, I guess.
That's interesting though, because it's usually more directly correlated to pressurized oxygen.
It's the swim bladder usually.
Yeah.
Well, if you're using water breathing, like you said, won't really have an issue with it. However,
I mean, the pressure itself though could kill you if it's too
yeah,
deep.
I would
right?
say
Yeah.
it would be based off of time.
Mhm.
And that relevant because like if you have enough time to get to the surface, then you can kind of go about it properly. Versus if you are 5 seconds from running out of air and you dash a few times, then
Mhm.
maybe
Yeah, but I
make
mean-
a couple con saves or something. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's going to be a concern. If it is, I'll
We-
look it up.
We were told that it was mostly 100 feet, like depth of
Mhm.
100 feet. That's not bad. You need to
No.
swim that. Like, if you need to get to the surface, right?
I mean, I feel like you could force it, yeah.
I actually think it's a good plan. Honestly.
Using water breathing and then walking there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be better than getting into a fight midway. and wasting resources.
True.
Because we're gonna want to. I mean, if we're doing this, we're gonna want to get there. We're gonna want to kill the leader, and that's it.
Yeah.
Ideally, and now there's a large chance that we'll get into one battle beforehand. But if we could keep that from being 2 or 3 battles beforehand, that increases our success chance. So I think anything we can do to prevent that first battle from happening is valuable.
I mean, who would expect us to come from under the water like that? No one.
No, fucking nobody. I hope. So, plus the thing is, what was made clear to us earlier as well is that the Sneeple have been hunting ships which are on the surface. So if by going underwater, we're kind of backdooring.
Yeah.
We may find ourselves fighting them underwater. Just saying.
I think that's okay.
Unless- Until the spellcaster loses concentration. Oh
it-
wait,
Well,
is water breathing?
Water breathing is
concentration?
not a
No.
concentration.
Oh, thank God.
Trace would
that would be
also,
awful.
Trace would not essentially like count.
I think we should
Oh,
count not
underwater.
fighting though. I mean, to be honest, I mean, would you want to fight on a ship? That would be horrible as well. I mean, they would probably have like
plus,
What? How is everybody fair at fighting underwater?
I can use saving throws, so I don't care.
What about everybody else? That we have people that do melee attacks.
Yeah.
That's kind of a very relevant
you
question.
just have disadvantage, but so will they have though. I mean, it's not like they're made for
Not
underwater.
if they have a swimming speed.
UNT?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, it seems honestly from how they've been treating the water, we should assume that they have a swim speed. They've treated the water as like more natural than land, so even if they, I mean, not to meta, but even if they don't have a swim speed, even if they don't have a swim speed in the game naturally, I think we should assume that they do.
Well, we've encountered
Because
them in
of
the
how
water.
they-
Remember when they destroyed the bridge? I
Exactly.
mean, that's we've seen that. So
And the first place that they went was the water, so we should assume they have. We should assume that they are more water balloon than we are.
yes,
Though I will say my spear would not have disadvantage. So there's that.
correct.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't think that. I mean, I will have disadvantage to my attacks, but I have advantage most of the time, anyways.
Just
actually
get some
not-
short swords.
It's actually not that bad for me.
And
Honestly.
yeah, our short swords.
Or a crossbow, I think. Aren't crossbows okay?
I don't have either. Well, I have a scimitar.
I don't think scimitars do that for underwater, do they?
Nope,
What?
it's dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, trident, crossbow, net, or a weapon that is thrown like a javelin.
Erica, do you have short swords or rapiers?
Well, where did you find that
Rapier.
rule?
The player
Underwater
handbook.
combat.
It's just under the PHP. Yeah, it's
Uh,
pretty.
Yeah.
Erica, what did you say?
I said rapier.
Well, in that case, if we do this, you may want to switch over to short swords.
Otherwise, you'd be at disadvantage underwater.
Right. I mean, or you can deal with the disadvantage, but
I can't see short sword at all.
It's
short
on
sword is on there.
Dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident.
Well, just a spear, trident, dart here. Weird. But why would short sword? That's weird.
Just because it's piercing.
Yep.
There you go.
It's thrusting, not slashing.
Yep. It's
I guess
although
it's. I don't know.
Wait,
It-
isn't short
like-
sword also piercing?
yeah, like you're stabbing them to pierce them. Like if you're doing like a jab underwater, I feel like it's definitely a hell of a lot easier than trying to do like a hook.
Right, but I feel like rapiers should be the same way.
but they're
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm weird about. Yeah. Weird.
I mean, a spear
Oh.
is a lot longer too, but
Fair.
Does anyone have any +1 weapons of any sort that's one of those by any chance?
I don't think so.
Mm-mm. I got a shit ton of daggers though.
So do I. So do I.
I have Never mind. I have a +2 quarterstaff that we could easily make into another spear, but I don't think that's useful for you Dexies.
Well, the quarterstaff is fine, honestly.
Dexies.
Well, no.
listen to you.
But I mean, the thing is, I still have archery. I think even with having disadvantage, I actually think my bow is still the best option.
Well, you use a crossbow. They don't have the disadvantage penalty.
Yeah, but I don't have a +2 crossbow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
wait, a
trade-off.
+2 is not as good as not having disadvantage. I'm
It's
just
not,
saying.
it doesn't even state that there's disadvantage. It says ranged weapon attacks automatically miss.
Oh,
As
that's
long as
right.
they're
Yeah,
beyond
yeah.
the normal
Wow.
range.
Yeah, you don't even have disadvantage; they just miss. Yeah, that's bad.
Jesus.
What?
Wait, no.
No, that's fine. I mean, that's just a disadvantage in a weird way.
A ranged weapon attack automatically misses a target beyond the weapon's normal range.
Okay, so if you're in the disadvantage
Like
range,
the
then
long
automatic
range.
misses.
Mhm.
Yeah. So in the
Wow.
normal range, it's just disadvantage.
But beyond that, like what would normally be known as long range, it's just a miss.
Yeah, but I have
that second sentence. Yes, even against the target within. It's
Okay, so is there a way for us to like not do underwater combat with this situation, or is it just automatic? Like we have to do underwater?
We were
Yeah,
saying it's the
if
best way to get there without having multiple
It's-
combats.
because we're backdooring it, it's likely that we will be able to sneak through this without water combat. That's what I think.
I'm just saying we
so-
should be prepared.
Yeah, Krev is just throwing down a what if.
Okay.
In which case, I say, Erica, I'm giving you 2 scimitars from the party loot.
Mhm.
Or actually,
But
no.
Trace and I can definitely sneak in.
well, 7 charts we don't want. They're useless, right?
You're right. My
Yeah.
bad.
You
The-
need
Trace and I can
short
actually like sneak in really well.
so
'Cause
yeah,
we
and I
both
think
have really good stealth. We probably have like the best stealth in the group. It'd
Wreck-It
probably
is
be easier for us to like get in than you guys. So I mean, and it sounds like this is a situation where we wouldn't be useful in underwater combat. It almost sounds like him and I should go together and do something ahead or something like that to where stealth is going to be advantageous for us.
I agree. I think that of once as we're approaching the base and once we get in, we're going to need a vanguard.
Right. I think that is a good strategy, but there's of course the what if scenario if they ambush us. If we're
Right.
sleeping at some point during this travel, that's a very likely scenario.
I mean, if we don't use any light at the bottom of the ocean, I think that's actually a very unlikely scenario.
Can I
Plus, if we
throw?
could, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, go. You can finish, Michael. That's fine.
I was just gonna say we could find a cave, we could find coral, we could find anything to hide under.
I didn't even think about the idea of there being a cave somewhere in the water.
Yeah, there definitely is.
So I just wanted to throw another option on the table. Charge in on a boat using fog cloud.
Mm.
They would attack the boat.
But if we're in a cloud,
What's the duration of the spell?
1 hour.
That's not a lot, though. But look at the distance we have to travel.
It's true.
An open sea is a lot of vision.
It's true.
The thing is,
At night.
they would see us they would see because the visibility is usually like 20 plus miles. So assuming that the boat is going, I mean, I think on average we moved like 10 miles per hour during if even that when we were using the boat. So it's likely they would see us and then we would turn into a cloud for like the last bit of it. So
Okay.
they would know it's a boat beforehand.
Okay.
They would easily be able to spot it, I think.
How about a combination of this? I mean, you can turn into a fast, like a a dolphin or something, right, Krev? How about we fashion some kind of net so we can all be dragged by a dolphin underwater for the last part of the journey?
I'm just saying, personally, I'm a fan of Wreck-It's Ghost Ship idea. That sounds cool.
I want to be careful with using my wild shapes. I want them to be available for the combat. I don't want to be.
This is
using them
all.
just in transit.
This is also just a backup plan if we need to get in fast.
Well, yeah. But I didn't want that to be the main.
No, I understand
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, we'd be able to sneak all the way and we don't have to use anything. But just in
Right.
case.
Yeah.
Alternative, I mean, ghost ship idea. We sail the ship out there, park it, anchor it, fog cloud it, jump out, go, with water breathing, go underwater, and then sneak around. They're gonna look at
Yeah, like bait
they're-
them
They're going to be distracted by the fog cloud. Then
in the ship.
in the ship, we go in, do our strike with Erica and Trace at Vanguard, doing stealthy stealth to guide our way. We find our target, a queen, a king, anyone important, assassinate, and then when we need to leave, the boat's still there.
Keep in mind they may destroy the boat like they did the bridge.
I mean, I don't
Oh.
think they would destroy it. I don't think they would destroy it outright. I think they would investigate.
Maybe. I mean, they did destroy
Mm.
the bridge was more strategic, I guess. You're right, but they may destroy it with the big tidal wave again. Just saying.
It is possible, but the thing is, you also provide us another secure way out, which is just water breathing and walking on the bottom of the ocean, which is again discreet, safe, and
And if needed, I can do water walk as well.
Right.
right. So we have multiple at this point. We have multiple outs. We don't need to worry about extraction. We have 3 different outs. So I think the combination of Krev's idea and Matt's idea and Christian's idea, ghost ship water breathing is pretty good.
The water
Yeah.
breathing lasts for 24 hours. The water walk is only an hour, so just an FYI.
And Fog Cloud would have to be casted by either Krev or Trace, I think.
I don't have it.
Okay.
I don't either.
I do not have it prepared. Give me a moment.
Yeah, and if you don't have it prepared now, then we just fuck because that's a week.
Well, we prepare spells daily, but
Alternatively, I can
You do daily? Well, you do it when you before long rest, right?
we get Kyle made that a
Yeah,
house
yeah.
rule.
Oh.
Yeah.
Instead of doing it on a
Um,
long rest because of the variant rule that we're using, that would be, I mean, you guys don't know exactly what you're going to get into a week ahead of time. There's always plans, but that plan may not hold up. So if you had to have your list prepared that long ahead, that could be very, very detrimental.
So the other opportunity is we could wait one more day. I could keep crafting for us, and then we go. Or
Wait, what do you need to craft?
I don't need to craft anything. I'm just talking about waiting for you to pick up Fog Cloud tomorrow.
Oh,
Well, I
good.
mean, there's some. I mean, isn't it like at least a day's? I mean, wouldn't we? I mean, we sail slower than we travel, right? By foot, so we would get like. If we have to take the boat the first part of the journey, then we would still have a night on the boat, right? And then the next day, or
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean,
I
either
can-
way, even if we decide not to do that strategy, we could always travel like halfway there on the boat, drop anchor, and then jump off the boat with our water breathing and walk the rest of the way.
Again,
Yeah.
we don't want them to possibly see that though. That's because if they see that, they expect that, they prepare for that. So the fog cloud's kind of necessary to. Worst comes to absolute worst, I can cast darkness on the ship. It'll look super suspicious, but
What's that giant blip of complete darkness for?
in the middle
In the
of
middle
a
of-
sunny ass day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can.
At night, it
worst
was
comes to
definitely
worst, I
way
can do
less
that.
us.
I mean, at night you end up with confusing depth perception issues, but during the day it's like, the fuck is that over there?
Am I having a stroke? Like, like
Right.
okay,
But, I
okay.
mean, all the better to attract their attention. They're like the more attention tracking it is, the more targets it pulls to the area, the better our potential mission. So worst comes to worst, I can pull that.
Oops.
There's actually one thing we haven't thought about, which is stupid. We haven't thought about. We should basically camouflage the boat as well. I know it might not matter, but why not? Like paint it in like I don't know, bluish colors or whatever it might be.
But I mean, we want it. We want them to see it. We want them to see it coming so that they can, we want them to see it coming so that we can pull as many of them as possible to the boat while we sneak about.
Yeah, but how about we still camouflage it? Don't just do a bad job. Then they think we're trying to hide.
We can paint it like a fish.
Whatever that might be. I mean, then they think, oh, they think they can be sneaky.
I mean,
What if we disguised ourselves to look like fishermen or something, so they didn't think we're like, a warring party?
or we could. This is another sidewinder idea, but what if we reproduced the magical tonic that let the snake people disguise themselves as what they are, and then just use that and walk in?
Are you an alchemist?
I'm not.
Well,
I mean, it might be an herbalism thing. I don't know. It's
but
there's a
do
lot of
they travel
crossover.
by boat? Is that normal? Like, would that be like a red flag?
Oh God, no! But like, if we snuck in, we could just insinuate ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, for when we sneak it. That's actually a good point. Yeah.
But at any rate, let's. I think I like the idea. I would like to put this plan for. Put it formally. We use the boat, sneak in until we're well, let's say 6 miles away. Hit fog cloud or darkness, water breathing, and then we sneak around the majority of their force, enter into the base, stealth in, assassinate, and then leave. Would everyone be okay signing in on that plan just to keep this moving?
Yeah, it's
like
fine.
avoiding their main forces and trying to assassinate king/queen, or
Yes,
and then dip out before we.
And there's going to be a portal too. If there is, we need to destroy it because that'll disrupt their forces.
Do we have the ability to do that?
I don't know, but we can try.
Because it sounded like one of the powerful, like queen or kings, did
Dispel
that
magic?
before. That didn't destroy it. That weakened the other portal in the sewer. Remember
Well, we
we
should
were
at
described
least.
before. Do we remember what exactly it did to destroy the portal, or did we just hear about it? The one
I
that
just heard about it.
okay.
Yeah, we don't.
But the last part we decided not to try dispel magic because we didn't want to waste our spell slots. I actually think dispel magic would work.
Dispel. I think we should use dispel magic to at least weaken it, if not destroy it. So let's just go with that. The real question here is, when do we want to set sail? Do we want to set sail during night, during day?
We want to get there at night, right? I mean, that's been a massive success for us so far. Fighting
Okay.
them at night.
So, how long would it take? What time would we want to set? Let's go talk to Bragdar and ask him what time we should set sail to get to. I guess we would have to make it. Oh shit! And our boat is north of town, so we're gonna have to sail around town. I don't even think we're gonna make it today.
No, I think that's probably good though. Anyways, and then we can prepare a little more.
Yeah. All right. So let's just go to Bragdar and tell him what we're doing. Then I think we're settled.
Yeah, it's
Let me
good.
see something.
What did you want to say, Erica?
Oh, nothing. I was looking up something specific spell from Tasha. Sorry.
I think that
Okay.
all sounds good to me too.
Well, with a bit of a discussion over breakfast, having landed on what seems to be a fairly solid plan, each of you set out in order to go talk to Bradgar, making your way into the streets of Lahles.
You cut out for me last. Could you repeat what the last thing you said?
Oh, just
Carl?
making your way into the streets of Lahles.
Yes.
As you all make your way out of the Whispers of Life Tower, you see that while early in the day there seems to be quite a bit of gathering amongst some of the local shops. Can each of you give me a perception check?
Yes.
If you ask nicely.
So everybody but Trace then?
26.
1 second.
Hey, reroll.
Nice.
Much better.
Rekid, as you are distracted a bit by some shouts going off on one of the other shops, the rest of you hear bits of shouting going between whom appears to be the shopkeeper and then the group of civilians. Look, there's not much food to go around, so that means it's going to cost just a bit more. If you don't have the silver, then you're just going to have to make room for the people who do.
I see this shopkeeper.
Yeah, you can catch a glimpse of him. Balding male human. You can see that he is looking quite a bit old. Developed quite a bit of a beer belly. And then below that, he is blocked out from the crowd. But from his top size, it appears that he's standing on a box.
I'm going to load, quickly draw an arrow and shoot it past his right ear.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
I assume he doesn't know I'm attacking, so it's advantage, right?
That's fair.
Please don't nat 1.
29.
Dang.
And I'm going to yell.
Didn't even come up that way on the dice that were rolled.
Yeah.
That's super weird.
Makes my brain tickle.
Yeah, it's actually weird, very weird.
Are we still operating on the theory that Trace's dice are rigged?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to yell. You distribute the food equally to everyone, and it's free.
An arrow whizzes past, and like you see him kind of like naturally jolt a bit to the right and thinking that it's coming right for him. And as the arrow connects into the shop, getting stuck into the wood, he definitely got his attention, and then he replies, "Free? What's that
Yes.
gonna do?"
I take next arrow. The next one won't miss. Trust me.
You see a few of the crowd members that you've gotten their attention beginning to kind of cheer and clap you on. As the rest of you look around in a bit of an astonishment, you see the guild members that are patrolling the area watching, but not stepping in.
You will
Trace,
get
can you
your...
roll me an intimidation check?
I'm not good at that, though.
Fine. You're lucky that you have all your friends there. Seems that the Corn Silk Red is becoming a bit more of bullies than they are friends.
I'm going to fire another arrow towards his other ear. And this time I'm going to it's going to draw blood from his ear.
Okay, give me another attack roll.
Watch me roll a 1. Oh wait, 22.
And you see him like as it barely cuts his ear, the arrow nearly piercing the one stuck in the wooden shop behind him. He grasps his ear and lets out a big grunt of pain. Ah! Fine.
I'm not kidding.
It's not like there was that much of it anyways. And you see him looking to disappear from your sight as he steps down from the crate. And you then hear quite a bit of commotion begin. The crowd seems to be picking up in a bit of a frenzy, seeing who can get their hands on the rations first.
Hopefully I've gotten some attention from people. I'm going to yell, "Take it easy, there's enough for everyone."
You hear a couple of chuckles from the guild members. Well done. That'll show him to be trying to take advantage of a hard time.
Thank you. Let's continue, guys.
Did the crowd listen though? Like to
Yeah.
Oh, no.
taking it easy.
Not at all. Trace's soft-spoken voice did not seem to do the trick.
I will use Gong of the Summit to cast Shatter 60 feet into the air.
Okay.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
Everyone falls still after the echoes of the shatter ring out. Everyone's still. They look.
Line
will-
up.
Go ahead.
All right. Line up. Get your food. It's not going anywhere. No need to trample over each other doing this. We got enough to fight without fighting ourselves.
Is there anyone? And I look over to the guards. You distribute the food equally, please.
Yes, sir. Come on, fellas. See a few of the other guild members move in, beginning to form people into a line and following your orders.
Done.
I give a nice firm nod to Rekid and Trace.
Enthusiastic thumbs up.
All right. We continue to Bragdar.
Yeah.
All right. Eventually making it to the Corn Silk Rat Guild Hall, you find the very large doors to be open. There's quite an amount of new initiates, recruits. You see individuals that you've never even seen before. It seems that some of the numbers of the guild members are being replenished. Most of the individuals here seem to be in a bit more of a cheerful manner, enjoying the free ale, free food that the guild provides.
Would like to march into the kitchen.
Ah, Trace. What are you doing in the back?
Give me 10 rabbits. Fast.
10? Well, we're quite busy. I can spare one.
I'm going to once again be very straightforward and walk into their what they call that? Cabinet? What they called? They always store the food. What's that called?
Like
Pantry?
a pantry or a larder.
Pantry.
Or something.
There you go. I'm going to walk straight into the pantry.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check as the barmaid is attempting to, tug on your shirt and at least hinder your path a bit. I mean, I guess in hopes.
Is that the rabbit maker? I mean, it's
Yes.
cute. Trace likes him.
As you go forward, she'll say, "No, you can't go in there. It's, again, we can only give away so much."
You must engage in mortal combat.
But to your surprise, she seems quite strong and restrains you from your movement.
I need to know.
Why 10? Can't you just settle for the one?
Oh, it's not for me, dear. I need to know how much food is in this town. I need to know it fast.
There's enough. The dried meats that each of you had brought in back, well, replenished a bit of the coffers here.
I'm starting to wonder. But do me a favor. Make sure that all this food is shared equally. Don't make the guild members fat. They eat enough as it is.
She'll nod.
Thank you. I'll give her a kiss, the cheek.
Give me persuasion check.
Persuasion? Well,
Yes.
I'm good at that, don't worry.
I was thinking like kind of maybe
5.
like a different roll is on the fence, but we'll see. Yeah, she lets you give her a kiss on the cheek, and you see her with a bit of a smirk.
When all this is over, come visit me at my villa, and I'll cook for you for once. And I give her a little smile and I walk away.
As you say, come to my village, she'll give you like a little bit of an odd look. You see one of the eyebrows kind of like arc up, a bit of a confused look on her face, and then you just walk away.
My
Nice.
villa.
Well, looking around, you do not see Bradgar or Sir Riffin in the area. You do see Garrick and also Snot. Of course, each of you know Garrick to be the acting quartermaster, while Sir Riffin is on his drunken binge. And Snot, just, I guess, Kadir's best friend from Goldshire, if you will.
I mean, acquaintance is strong enough. Thank you.
Well, I guess it's safe to say there's only 2 places that you found Bradgar thus far. Either up in his office or down in the cellar.
All right, let's go to the office.
Well, going up the stairs, you'll be greeted by a few of the newer guild members as they give you little bits of salutes, making your way by, as most of you are higher ranking in the guild. They seem to be showing you a bit of respect as you make your way up to the 2nd floor, and then to Bradgar's door. You find the door to be closed as it normally is. Looking at the floor where there's a little bit of gap between the door and the floor, you can see bits of light. Candle seems to be lit inside.
Knock.
Who is it?
Kadir and Company.
Ah, come in, come in. It's almost too perfect of timing. I have wonderful news.
Open store.
And he'll gesture for each of you to take a seat. If you wish to stand, that is fine. But here, let us enjoy a bit of a toast. And he'll say, wine if you wish, but wish to keep a clear head for the day. It's quite a good one, to say the least.
For once, Trace actually enters the room, but he just stands right next to the door.
Well, I won't hold you each in suspense for too long. We've had a bit of confirmation that Samira's forces off to the west have, well, lost quite a bit of their camp, and have even taken care of our Yuan-Ti issue. If the reports have it true, we believe Samira to be dead.
Really?
No fucking way.
Where did you hear this?
From some reliable friends that we've made. Seems that letting those choose their own path have proven quite useful.
I'm gonna insight, if that's cool.
Sure, please do. If anyone else wishes to insight check.
Oof, the halfling one. I brought it to you.
$15.
And I would also like to make a perception roll, if that's okay.
Sure, what are you looking for? Or maybe smelling or whatever.
Eyes.
Oh, his eyes?
Yeah.
So each of you feel that he is quite a bit overtaken with excitement. If this news proves to be true, then this could be a very quick turning point, of course. Given that, each of you feel that to be, I mean, I guess the reason for his more cheerful attitude, if you will. Trace, his eyes are fine.
What about the blockade to the north?
Our friend Samira, or not Samira, Yaren has acquired a trustworthy group of individuals that should take care of that for us.
I see. Where's she from?
Yarn,
Yes.
Blucksmouth. New guild that you formed there, the Violet Jaguar. And it's taken a bit of work from the Corn Silk and also the guild up in Vala. The name escapes me at the moment. The Snow Hare. But nonetheless, we'll need to develop a bit more of a reputation, but as I guess you could say, a formidable paladin should be quite easy to grow more and more reputation. She's quite good for Elista, but very young still.
Well, this is all wonderful news. Have you attempted perhaps any spells to confirm Samira's death? Perhaps scrying?
Not been able to find her, but with our plans that we set agreed upon about a week ago, well, I wanted to make sure if there was any assistance that I could provide each of you heading south, that I was well prepared.
The only thing I could plausibly think of is perhaps sending Snot, maybe Garrick, with us.
Garrick, for what? He's, I mean, no offense to Record, but, well, retired from age.
He survived in Whitebridge for a good long time.
Retired from age? That sounds horrible.
Age.
I'm kidding. Sorry.
Yes, not by fighting, but by thinking.
Well, I think we have a current plan which we feel fairly safe with. Currently, we intend to take the boat south to the temple, stop roughly 5 miles away, at which point we will cover ourselves with a fog and dive into the water. The Sneeple will attack the boat. We will sneak around the Sneeple and attack the temple. This is our plan.
Just doing.
Well, you did mention your ship that you had hidden. Is that what you plan to use?
Yes, it is possible it will not make it back, but that is okay. We have other ways of survival.
A broken ship is, well, a bit of a gold loss, but losing the members upon the ship, any part of the crew, is a bit more detrimental. Is there, if you sail through the back channels, then it can't be too large. Is there any supplies that you feel that you may need? Had the
I don't-
potions prepared. Those are
A
ready
short,
to go.
short would be nice.
In case of water combat, yes.
I'm sorry, Trace. What did you say?
Short
A
sword would be
short,
nice.
yeah.
Got it. I was still talking, so I just couldn't hear.
Oh,
Yes, that easily done. Did you have plenty of food, water, while you're making your way across?
whatever food you would have given to me, give it to the people of the city.
I believe we have enough food that we can make our own way.
Well,
Oh, and a fishing rod, please.
odd request, but yes. So, well, if you all plan to set out immediately, then perhaps the next time you come back, I can give each of you a bit more of a grand of a gift. I don't think that they'll be back for at least another hour.
Sure. So, should we go now?
I think so.
Well, as a pretty large smile begins to break across Bradgar's face, this is wonderful. If everything pans out as planned, then we will have this pest out of our hair for good this time. And this damned war will be over.
Let's hope so.
That would be nice.
Well then. Here. And he opens the drawer to his desk and then pulls out 6 vials filled with a red liquid.
Mm.
Some potions to keep you a bit healthy and, well, focused. Hopefully you don't even have to use them, but in case you do, should come in handy.
I would like to insight his description of these potions.
Pretty spot on, I guess. You could say.
All right.
As long as they aren't them potions of poison.
Yeah.
Potions of
labels
harm.
and all that.
Potions of self-deathing.
I remember that one time that the label thing came up. That was ridiculous.
That was really funny. Yeah.
The most ridiculous shit.
What was it
That's-
again? The label was on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was another time where there were potions of poison which were which looked exactly like healing potions. I love the way that D&D tries to squeak potions of poison in there. It's always a good time.
Until somebody drinks it.
Well, yeah. It's
Label
kind of
on
a
the
problem.
Yeah.
Right. Cusco's poison.
Poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
I assume you guys
Right.
take those potions, right?
What was that, Trace?
Who took the potions?
I don't think anybody yet.
Not it.
Assuming
I'll
we're
I'll
taking
take
one.
I'll
Yeah,
take one.
same.
No, you need like you're going to get like 7, reckon.
Just put them all in a big thermos.
Yeah. Giant healing potion.
You don't even use like your water skin for water. It's just full of healing potions.
Get
Yes,
one of
exactly.
those hats that let you mount beer cans on them with straws.
Yeah.
Running around with that.
All right, so each of you take the potions, distribute them however you wish.
I just need one. Honestly. So
We have an extra, basically, right?
How many were there again?
6.
6.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a backup.
Yeah.
give Ragged 2. I mean, come on.
I mean, my staff does healing though, also on an action, so
Right.
I already have options there.
True.
It's not a staff, it's a spear.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You can kill them, then heal them. Well, I guess you can with the quarterstaff. It'll just take a little bit longer. But
Okay, a stupid question, right? But isn't a staff... sorry, isn't a spear a staff?
staff with the pointy end, I guess.
Functionally, yes.
If we're worried about who to give it to, then maybe give it to Kadir, since he doesn't really have any healing.
I actually do.
You do?
Yep.
Huh.
It's a free one.
I have a potion of healing as well as spells for healing. So,
Oh, you do? I didn't realize you had spells for healing now.
oh wait,
I
sorry,
also have
spell.
spells for healing.
Not spell.
I've had cure wounds since level 3.
I
have
loved your
mass healing
correction there. That
word.
was funny.
But you only have 2 spell slots, so it's...
Actually, I have
Well, you have your
Functional.
magic item now. Is you have 3, or is it...
functionally 6.
Wait, oh, that's right. You're cross-class. I keep forgetting.
Mm,
Yeah, never mind. It's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, I have about 6.
Keep forgetting. I'm thinking you're like full warlock. I forgot. You're...
Mm-mm.
I do have 1 sunken artificer, but I also have a feat that gives me 2 extra casts. One of them is Misty Step, the Great Escape.
The best escape.
Yeah.
All right, so
so-
each of you heading out?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We're heading north to the ship.
All right.
Wait, does he give Trace a short sword?
That'll be
No.
from the quartermaster.
Oh, okay.
To the quartermaster!
But yes, you can get a couple of short swords. If you need there will be 4 offered if you need them.
I'll take 2.
I just take the best looking one. I can only really use one. Just give me one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're
There's
just gonna give it
4.
to you. The only thing that they ask for is obviously gold for the donations to the city.
I open my
that's it.
pouch and show him that I have like 15 copper pieces. That's all I have.
How much gold do they want?
I throw down 3 pieces of obsidian to pay for them.
Or I could just give them gold.
I mean, the obsidian is kind of like group loot, so I think. I mean, if you want to give gold too, that's fine. But
Couldn't we use the obsidian for something like an item that you could make?
potentially, but we have so much of it.
Okay. Then you put down the obsidian.
We
I think
also
you
have.
guys have enough gems to like make a small city if you wanted to.
Or to fund
Yeah.
our own guild? No, don't worry. I'm thinking about it.
Fucking
Yeah, I
cats
mean-
planet rings over here.
Like
I
you
should
can
have
use
thought
some
about
of the
that.
gems for like purchasing, and then just make the rest of the guild hall out of the gems, and I think that'll use all of them.
I've decided that my post game retiring is going to. I mean, oh hey, there's a name that you seem to. Going to Darkwell potentially, or maybe like Red Hawk, and trying to build a guild there. It's gonna be
That'd be
called the Band
cool.
of the Bloodhawk.
That's cool.
I should have thought about that. But we
That
had all the
is
obsidian.
the best place to go build a guild.
To be
Darkwell?
fair,
100%.
obsidian is stone, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's glass actually.
So like Krev could work with it? With his masonry? Is that fair to assume?
I don't know if it would fall under jewelcraft, masonry, or both.
Or
It's
glass
debatable.
blowing.
Glass blowing.
Oh my god!
Glass
Finally,
making
I
is a
used.
thing.
I honestly, if it was me as a GM, I would say all. If you have one of those, use it because they all apply, in my opinion. But yeah,
Yeah.
Could
It does
you
get a bit ridiculous how many freaking skills there.
could you
True.
make arrowheads from that obsidian?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mhm.
What is it? Aztecs used to make all of their weapons out of obsidian.
Oh, we should have fucking done that. Huh? Too bad I didn't think about that earlier. Yeah.
It's sharp as hell, but breaks easy.
I'm
Yeah.
really surprised no one's ever taken glass blowing and just been a stoner character. I've never seen that. I don't know why I've never seen that.
I would like to make
Herbalism,
a-
bro.
Yeah, herbalism
Mhm.
druid with glass blowing.
I'm
just
just
like,
looking for some star leaf,
Matt.
man.
yeah,
Matt, I can't believe you just wrote Christian's next
Sorry.
character.
yeah.
I would like to make a bong of glass.
It's not a bong, okay? It's a glass utensil
water
for,
The
pipe.
reservoir.
for getting fucking ripped.
So every time we get to a new place, Regan's gonna say, "Can we smoke it?" Like every time you
Hell
find something
yeah.
new.
The answer is always yes. If you have enough
Yeah.
heat, you can smoke anything.
Nightshade.
Fireball.
Get fucking plant growth and like
That's
keep
so
plants.
baby. Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right.
Plant-
I'm sorry. Could
Hell
we
yeah.
not to derail this, but could we move forward with our suicide mission?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'll allow it.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. So as each of you make your way to the northwestern gate, getting to the outskirts of the city, needing to just go past the city walls at this point, each of you see Sir Riffin speaking with a couple familiar-looking faces. As you get a bit closer, each of you see Orth and Nalra speaking with Sir Riffin.
All right. Is this how far away?
At the gates, the northwestern gates.
And we're like how far from that though?
I mean, maybe 30, 40 foot. Not too far.
Oh, I just say, oh, so our friends have returned.
Oi!
We walk.
We're back a bit early, we are, but... Well... had to get out of there quick.
Never thought we'd see you guys again, if I'm being honest.
Well, after Bradgar gave us the option whether to stay or go, we... well, utilized both in a way.
Hmm.
We decided to go, but keep a watchful eye on Samira, having some friends still tied with the wheat civet. We were able to, well, pick up a few whispers here and there back at Goldshire.
Heard a rumor. What news do you have?
Well, they're a bloody mess right now, but not for long. Sir Riffin chimes in. Yes, they were just telling me here. It does seem to be a bit of good news, but they're on their way to see Bradgar now.
Have you heard news of Samira?
Well, if she's not dead, she's clinging on to life.
Bradgar thinks she's dead. I don't know if that was based on news you had told him or someone else, but
Not from what we saw.
Hmm.
But it'll definitely take some time for her to recover from those wounds, if she makes it at all.
was this a fight against the UNT or against our forces?
The auntie. They went to go try to, well, take out as many as they could, I guess, from the temple. They basically just demolished it in the end.
Can I insight this, what they're telling me about Samira?
Sure. Rekit, is that an insight check for this too? Or was that earlier?
That was for the potions.
Okay, got it. I mean, story sounds true. You don't detect any deception.
Right. Well, interesting news.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you guys are okay.
Yeah, where are you all off to? Last we heard, you all, well, disappeared.
Oh, we're going back to Goldshire.
Well, I'm sure that they'll be glad to see you there.
Sure they will.
Do they have normal eyes?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
My brand.
Both normal. On the downside, as I said, they won't stay wounded for long. They have more forces coming from Mito. Rumor has it, Goblin tribe. And they've made some friends along the way. And from what I've heard, those goblins are pretty stupid, so they could be making friends with anything.
Almost sounds like they're desperate.
Do you know, I look at him, goblins are actually very good at making bread.
Well, then they'll be well fed.
Exactly.
Well,
This fucking meme center has spun off the fucking rails. I just
Well-
wanted to point that out.
Hey.
Unless anybody had any other items to mention, I think we better get going.
It is good to see you again.
you as well. We're gonna go give the report to Bradgar. And hopefully get a bit of an ale in my belly, too. Been sober for a bit too long.
Good luck.
And where are each of you off to? Making your way out to the north, I assume? You don't make your way up here often.
No. We just said we're going to Goldshire. Why are you asking?
Why would you go through their forces? Seems a bit odd. And speaking with Sir Riffin.
You should ask Bradgar.
Bit of a few days of just drinking a bit of water. It doesn't seem too wise, but that's what he wants, and that's what he's gonna get.
Is this like weird to see him sober now?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
You definitely see, like, from the descriptions that, in opinions that you've been given from Sir Riffin before, it seems that, from what, like, Renus has said, whatever plan seems more enticing, he kind of jumps on. And, I mean, just more of a, I guess, drunken personality, if you will. And now with him being sober, I mean, this is one of the first times really questioning what you all had really set forth in your conversation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to the ship. I don't say
They
that
open
out
the
loud.
gate. Yeah, of course. They open the gates and let you make your way.
All right. Let's, go 300 feet up the road before we turn off of it.
Can I give some words of encouragement to the gate guards?
I mean, sure.
Just something generic, like, keep it up, y'all. You're doing a great job. Just to make up for the past.
One of them says thank you in Abyssal.
Gotcha.
The trap
Roll
was set.
initiative.
You get a few nods, and everyone gives you the whole party bits of salutes as you make your way out. Getting 20, 30 foot away, the gates close. The sounds of the city now trapped behind the walls and the sounds of nature meeting your ears. Continue down the road for, as you stated, at least a few hundred feet, feeling that you're a bit out of sight before turning off the road, making your way to your ship. At this point, we'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back in just a few moments. Oh, be right back.
Same.
All right. Let's go
But-
ahead and get back to this.
Let's do.
Each of you making your way off the road. I mean, with it being still fairly early in the day, you can make your way to the ship in just a few hours. You find nothing really of interest along the way, except for quite a few, seems to be like burnt campfires, but Rekid can easily point out that those are the stacks used to burn the dead from the cellar. That, of course, he was helping with for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But as you all make your way back to the ship, walking through the forest, you see your ship still well hidden, covered up, and obscured from sight. It's hardly noticeable, but since each of you know its exact location, it's a little bit easier for each of you to spot. The water,
I'm going to.
calm.
I'm going to like spread my hands thing. I know what I'm good at, right? I mean, look at that job. I mean, you can barely see the boat. I'm just saying.
I'd like to make sure it's not been tampered with. I guess survival check and perception. If that's cute.
If you want to do like a quick look over, you can do perception, but if you want to get like more into detail, maybe like an investigation.
I'll start with perception.
Well,
Neat.
seeing as
It looks
reroll.
great.
Hey,
I know
halfling.
you can re-roll it, but that was just two perfect 2-1s. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, Trace did seem to give at least a fairly well of direction to keep the ship covered, and hidden from view. The only thing that I've done, which just to not give any confusion, is rotate the ship. But still in the exact position that you had left it.
Perhaps look if there are tracks around it.
If you'd like to
Okay,
look for tracks, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Okay. I was gonna say that's kind of what I was thinking too. But you want me to look?
No,
Or-
you are certainly better than me.
All right. Oof.
The halfling nat one.
You do
That's
find
still a 14.
you do find a few tracks. You note, I mean, from your knowledge of beast and the wildlife, just in nature in general, you'll note that a couple of them are deer tracks, and you even find this run that looks to be from an alligator for being used to slide back into the water.
Right. Well, let's jump on, shall we?
Sure.
Yes.
And then, yeah, of course, just make sure there's no one else on the ship too. If there's a deck below. No stowaways.
I think we're good.
Yeah, your ship's not large enough for that. I believe it's only like 15 foot long and 10 foot wide.
All right.
It's a light vessel. It's fast. I'm going to say smart words like that.
That said, we're not exactly going to be fighting anything today, most likely, and I'm assuming I need to guide the ship through here again. Shall I turn into a shark again?
Yes, it will at least help us remove ourselves from the land.
All right.
Wait, what kind of water is this?
Lemon water?
Like, is it salt water? Is it fresh water?
He
Is it
went from
brackish
smart
water?
things to not smart things real quick. Yeah, from your knowledge of going in and out of the rivers, it's a bit of a mixture, salt water meeting fresh.
It's the inlet water.
So I'm sure
We
I
should
can do
look.
that.
We should look for some tonic water. Then we could just add in.
I think a
Well, you
bull shark
guys
could
were
do
close
that.
to level 7, but
Sorry.
I told Trace every time he ask about level 7, it's minus 1,000 experience, so you just start asking about level 9 instead.
Yeah,
Outsmarted.
then I have some XP to give up, you know. Should have probably started higher.
But, I mean, again, the ship, well enough, you don't find any stowaways, of course. Your oars are still left. And if you're wishing to guide the ship, Krev, that does seem to, be a pretty good idea. The river is a little bit wider, coming down to your southeast. However, you know that there will be quite a few obstacles in the way. Little bits of the broken ship, or not the ship, but the bridge, and then the little bits of pillars that remain.
Let's get going.
All right.
Yes.
So as you all get to here, can each of you make me a perception check? Krev, yours at advantage, please.
Alright. And turn guidance off, of course.
Once we get going, I would like to start crafting.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys want to get into combat with Record's rolls the past couple of sessions.
Can I switch?
All right, well, everyone else is okay. Literally everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I was so tempted to take the halfling feat that lets me share my nat 1 rerolls.
I just want to
Yeah.
say, if Rekid was a halfling, he would be a god.
He'd just roll them into
Well,
twos, probably.
maybe.
But...
He wouldn't roll ones, at least a good majority of the time.
a lot of twos.
Yeah. And then the re-rolls into ones, too, where you have to take it. So,
Yeah.
but hopefully not. So, Rekid, as you're a bit captivated from Kadir's crafting, as you each break away from the shoreline and begin navigating down the river, the rest of you catch, well, what you could say quite a bit of a consequence to your actions, if you will. Off to your northeast side, you see quite a bit of clearing. The foliage from the trees burnt away, charred trunks remaining, leaving a quite charred forest for as far as you can see.
I'm glad we didn't have anything to do with that.
Krev, you being underwater, obviously things are a bit different for you, but you spot everything well ahead of time to be able to navigate accordingly and avoid any obstacles from making your way down the river.
Sweet.
Good.
So, as each of you begin to make your way out of the mouth of the river and into the empty tide sea, you can see that the sun has made its way quite well across the sky. Reaching into the early evening hours, you have now entered a bit more open area. Krev pulls and gets the ship directed in, somewhere in the right southwest manner, where each of you have, can now see the temple that is peering out from the water.
Oh. So how far away will we be?
Well, I was moving you to here because of your previous mentioned plans. So, safely assuming I feel, but of course, just for clarification purposes, I don't think that Krev wants to be pulling the ship at this point, but I don't know. So I was
Well,
gonna
I'd
just
like
progress
to
slowly.
have my forms back before we go into potential combat. Uh,
Right.
so, I mean, I would imagine we're getting close-ish to the end of the day, you said?
Yeah, it's like, couple more hours. It'll start to be late evening, and well,
Hmm.
but I think it's fairly safe to say from you being the shark out in the water, you all can see that it's quite clear. While the seafloor is a bit hazy, just from looking through the water, you can practically see all the way to the bottom.
Hmm. That's interesting. Do we think that is it just shallower here, or do we think that if we wanted to go to the ocean floor strategy, would that even give us a stealth, or would they just see us?
Well, as far as I understood, right, it should be like 100 feet deep in most of the places, right? But at night we should still be able to do what we talked about,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. But I was just kind of curious if we can see the ocean floor or sea floor.
I mean, it's not perfectly clear, but you can see down.
Like, if there was somebody walking on the sea floor, would we see them?
Give me an intelligence check.
So there's that. And then I'm assuming I'm no longer shark form at this point, so 18.
If the sun is at its peak, it would be pretty easy to see down in especially this shallow parts. But of course, knowing that it is quite shallow in this area, you know it to get quite a bit deeper,
Hmm.
a little bit farther out.
Yeah,
Well,
and
quite a bit deeper in comparison.
Right.
don't forget we would most likely combine our talents as well. Right? We'd be stealthy, we wouldn't just like walk like right.
Right.
And I could even use pass without trace if needed.
Without trace.
Yeah, pass without me.
So assuming we're resting for the night, do we need me to prepare the fog cloud spell?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to be crafting? Or are you going to be
Yes,
sleeping?
as soon as he says that I can roll.
Okay.
Yeah, what are you
Before-
crafting, bud?
So I want to make an amulet. It will be a jade set on queen scales, and I would like to carve a receptacle into the center of the jade that I can fit Shang's blood into as a receptacle. I intend for this to be the receptacle that I can keep of him as a reminder, as well as an eventual magic item, but potentially my signature magic item if it goes well.
Well, I feel like I'll need at least a couple of checks for that. So, with it being a jade, I'll need a jewel crafting check, and also leatherworking. So, which would you like to do first?
Can I give him bardic inspiration?
Of course.
I'll start with the jewel crafting.
I'd do so.
So that would be
Yeah, with your dexterity modifier.
okay. Nat 20 would be great right now, but it isn't. All right, and then so it's a 15 on the jewel.
Got it.
And then leatherworking.
Let me just check one thing real quick. But go ahead and roll it. Because I mean, regardless, I'll end up needing it.
You can't take more than one, can you?
I can.
Take another one.
And
So
one
from
more.
the what I'm looking at on the jade is going to take you practically the entire day unless there's any assistance. I mean, the bardic inspiration is nice, but it doesn't cut down the time, unfortunately.
If possible, I know it's a jewel, but technically jewels are stones in a way.
Oh,
Can I use my
wait.
masonry to assist?
I really like that you work for me. I mean, this item that Kadir's make now, does it have an effect also right now?
Not right
No,
now.
it's just a jade.
I would really love for you to make some obsidian arrowhead for me, Kref.
All right.
But to answer your question, Krev, I feel like there's a difference. I'm not sure exactly what that would lie in or lie under, but I mean, there's a reason why there's a mason thing for the stone and jewel crafting for the jewels and gems.
Sure.
Right.
I don't know, maybe just because it's called a gemstone, I mean, it lies under a different meaning. Again, not entirely sure, but I'm sure that there is a reason.
Right. No, I get you. I just think sometimes they get a little overkill with all the different types
Yeah.
when they multiple could fall
Yeah.
under the same thing.
What I will do is I'll allow you to roll a D4 on it. Is I'm sure there is some
Alright.
overlap, and you can give some assistance, but it won't be like advantage by that sense.
Right. All right. Well, there's a 3.
An 18.
Maybe that makes a difference. Who knows?
I mean, between the 30 and the 30 and the 18, it's a 24 average. So it's something. Thank you.
And when we have a moment, I would also hope.
But anyhow, Kref, could you
Sure.
like make a few obsidian arrowheads for me?
All right. Assuming that's masonry or smith's tools or both.
I assume I make the arrow shaft itself myself, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so
I
you can
mean, you
do
could
smithing for that, since technically obsidian's different.
For me to do smithing or masonry?
Smithing or masonry. I'll let you do either or. I feel like probably be more under smithing though, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more. Yeah, do smithing.
What skill am I using
Dexterity.
on this one? Dexterity. Okay, cool. I'm going to guidance. It's probably not going to roll it, so I'll probably have to roll it separately. But oh, there it goes.
that's good.
21.
Could you guidance me as well, Kref, when I make the
Sure.
arrow shaft? Thank you.
Okay, so the arrows are quite a bit, quite a bit easier to make. So you can get those done, I mean, in a fairly quick fashion. So my question to you is, how many, I guess, are you going to go about?
I'm going to make a shafts for 10. That's what I have materials left for.
Okay. And just double checking, Krev, do you have what is exactly in your blacksmithing tools? So I'm pretty sure you're going to need at least an anvil.
One moment. I need to pull that up.
I mean, if you have the tools, yes, everything needs to do it fresh. Isn't that how it works?
Where are my tools? Yes, there is an anvil and
Okay, perfect. Just
Yeah.
wanted to double check. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a little bit odd on the ship, but you can get it done. Yeah, you guys can easily do 10, though, because the arrows, they're quite a bit smaller and a bit
So
quite of an
what-
easier process.
What would the benefit of an obsidian arrow be then? The bigger question.
Shoot Krev and find out, and I'll tell you.
I'm going to shoot Kref.
no.
Krev, give me a con save. I'm just kidding. Go ahead and give me an investigation check there, Trace.
Okie dokie. Potato salad?
Well,
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I mean, they look prettier.
I have advantage as a metal, so 22.
Yeah, they look prettier.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. They do +1 damage.
Yes.
Not extra to hit, and not like you really need more damage, but
No, that was really all I was after, to be honest with you. So that's good.
But after we're done with that, I would before sleeping, I would ritual cast water breathing, just in case something happens during the night.
Nice.
I'll redo it again in the morning to re-up the 24-hour timer, but just in case, couldn't hurt doing it before we sleep.
But to test water breathing, I'm going to stick my head under water and see if I can breathe the water.
how long do you wait before? Like you
can just read our roll.
you gonna at least wait till it's done?
Yeah, of course.
So after the ritual is cast, you put your head underwater. You're quite surprised on actually how warm the water is, but you take in a big breath and you just begin to like gag. It's quite odd. Just the filtration of being able to breathe water is quite a different process than breathing air. So gasping on it at first, but then after calming yourself, you're able to just breathe normally.
So they said it was warm. I'm just going to look to the right and see if like Record is standing peeing in the water or something. No? Good.
Record. This is your chance.
Whip it out.
Do what now?
Pee in the water
Pee?
while Trace's head is underwater.
While he's trying to test out breathing underwater.
Oh, no.
Thank you. You're a true friend.
I mean, from all the alcohol you drink, you gotta pee. Break that seal.
Well, also, Trace, from looking around and having a pretty high perception, wink, wink, you will note that there is plentiful of life. You see fish swimming about. You will spot that there's bits of seaweed on the seafloor and shells, things of that manner. There seems to be...
Good thing I asked for a fishing rod then, right? I'm going to do some fishing.
Gonna get a poor man's rabbit.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, like tuna, the rabbit of the sea. Wait.
Good luck catching a however many pound tuna. I mean, that's like 100, right?
Yeah.
On this, I mean, is this rod rated for that?
That's what she said.
Giggity.
Well, with there being each of you doing like a bit of crafting and things of that manner, you'll make it a bit farther to your southwest before it gets dark.
About how far am I now on the amulet?
Well, from just that, the amulet, or not, well, just the gem part is going to take you, like I said, nearly the full day. So it's going to take a total of 7 hours of work.
Okay. What time did we set sail?
A little bit, a couple of hours into the morning, or after you each woke up. Not gonna obviously count that full conversation for time eaten up in game. So setting out roughly around 9:30, 10 a.m.
Wait, Trace, are you preparing Pass Without Trace?
Pass without me? Yes. I have
Okay,
it.
just making sure.
So I would have finished the gem around. Like 4 then.
Yeah, roughly.
All right. So, well, I think we should set a rigorous, how you say, scouts night watch.
Oh, I don't sleep, but so I'll be awake most of the night, obviously.
Very
Or
well.
semi-awake. The thing is, I mean, the sad part about this, I mean, let's say someone would approach us right at night. It will be too late when we spot them. Like they'll be 120 feet from us. We'll be fucked, right? Unless they have light on their boat, I guess.
Well, at that point, yes, I don't think we should use light on the boats.
No.
We should probably set anchor here and then continue tomorrow. Continue tomorrow.
Yes, that's that. Sounds wise.
We want our battle to occur during the lights, preferably.
Well, I have fog cloud prepared now.
Good.
I figured I
Alright.
should probably also prepare protection from poison. Will probably be coming in handy.
Good idea.
All right.
I'd re-up water breathing ritually.
Noted.
Yeah.
All right, so are you all just leaving Trace on his own while the rest of you get sleep?
I'll take. I mean, we'll take the same watch that we normally do. I think.
Oh, sorry, I thought this was morning. Sure.
Nope, not yet. Going into the night.
Oh, how many more rests are we gonna have between now and when we get there?
I think this is the last one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could just cast Layman's tiny hut over us.
That would add
Yes.
some protection. Yeah.
That's a ritual spell, right?
Yep. I don't see any reason why
Very
not
useful.
Yeah.
Sure, I cast it.
Cool.
to. It prevents any surprise attacks potentially. So.
Indeed. I'm guessing you're going with the standard opaque on the inside, but like camouflage on the outside kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, make it bright green.
Well,
Oh my gosh, like a green screen.
Maybe
Let's make it-
right, a
Wait.
giant green
Very
screen. They're
fucking
like,
hilarious.
I see whatever I want to see.
Oh shit! They're making a movie over there.
Let's go watch.
Attack.
Still keeping a watch order through the night using the added protection of the hut.
Yes, standard watch order.
All right.
I would like to continue. I would like to continue making the setting for the gem at night if I can.
Yep. Already got your roll for it.
Ye-
You'll know that it'll. I mean, this isn't more of a costly thing as it is more of a precision, but having to deal with your improved armor as well, you are going about it as carefully as possible. The leatherworking definitely seems to be a bit easier. Maybe a bit more practice with gems. Maybe staying too close to animal skins as of late. But it will take you roughly 6 more hours to get everything completed. So just one more check, essentially. But during the night, I believe it is Kadir and Onyx that are on the first watch, right?
Right.
Can each of you give me a perception check?
Oof.
As each of you are keeping an eye out, everything's looks to be all clear. There is a little bit of rock to your boat from these wakes, but not much. It is quite a bit more pleasant than when each of you were out in the open ocean versus being in, well, essentially you could call a vast lake. All right, second, I believe, is, from what my notes have, which, from the amount that you guys have changed up here and there, it might be wrong, but I just have, Trace.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then
I have the
comes in-
darkest hour.
And then comes in, the three of them, Krev, Trace, and Rekid. That's what I have, but if I'm incorrect
fine.
on that.
That's fine.
I've been on mute again. Yeah, that makes sense.
Trace, during the late hours going into the wee hours of the morning of May 16th, as you're looking out, you see a few splashes here and there. A couple fish jumping out of the water. And you see
Interesting.
a fin. Or
A Finn? Someone from Finland? That's
Yes.
weird. What are they doing here?
fishing.
Oh.
Yes. The Swamanoski are coming to get you.
Yep. Makes sense.
I mean, from your bits of expertise, it seems that, the fish are running scared from the predator.
Ooh. But I mean, it's too bad. I mean, I can't catch that. Whatever predator me, I can't catch that with my fishing rod, right?
I mean, you could try.
Nah, I'm just going to watch.
Jump in.
As soon after watching, a few moments go by before a large splash. You see a fairly large tail come out of the water. It looks to be a shark. It's hard to tell from the quick glimpse, but after a couple thrashes, the water becomes still.
Interesting. Oh well. Nature's wonderful after all.
Hey, third watch, Trace, Rekid, and Krev, can you each give me a perception check? And Rekids?
Y'all ready for this?
Mm-mm.
Are you all ready for this? Ooh,
Oh, I was almost a 1 again.
that's so high. A 13.
Sheesh.
Good job, buddy!
He still has not rolled above a 10.
For almost 2 full sessions. I mean, that's until you guys gain a level and he rolls max HP again. But as you all are taking your watch, you each see some splashing a little bit, maybe 100 foot off to the west.
Can I tell what kind of creature?
You only notice only notice splashing. Nothing breaching the water.
Water breaching.
If you jump in the water, the only thing breaching will be your ass.
Damn.
Nice.
Wrecked.
Rekid.
Alf.
All right. So it sounds like you guys are ignoring it then.
Yeah, that's just exactly what I was about to ask. Letting
Keeping
it
an
go.
eye on it, you know,
All right.
just making sure it stays that distance.
Soon it does fade from sight. You still hear the splashing carrying off quite a bit into the distance before it dissipates.
Could I roll something to see if I recognize what that was? Like suspecting an animal of some sort?
I mean, I give it a shot. You can give me a nature check.
Okay. Hey, there it is.
Oh shit! Must be that Animal Channel, you know. That
I
This is
mean,
Zulu.
you have a few ideas of, fish, I mean, pretty much a lot of sea life could potentially do such things, but without seeing it, you're unsure. The only thing of note is that it's, at least a decent size. Nothing too large.
It is early morning, so like, isn't it about time for the sun to rise?
Indeed.
At twilight time is a popular feeding time for a lot of things.
Well, with the splashing sounds fading off, as it grows a bit silent, about an hour after that, the sun begins to rise. So, with the short rest complete, we move into May 16th. With the sun coming up, you see it to be a fairly cloudy day. The sun being blocked out quite a bit, casting a shadow over each of you. It feels fairly cool, feeling the breeze from the sea rushing up against your skin as you all look from the bow as it points towards the Yanti temple.
All right. Well, we draw up anchor, continue sailing southwest, get about 5 miles away, and then let's get cloudy.
Oh yeah, baby.
Until then, I will be continuing to do my thing, and if somebody would like to just keep watch in the meanwhile,
I'll keep watch.
just make sure we don't get too surprised.
All right, so another leatherworking check, please.
All right. Well, don't fuck it up. Potato salad.
You need
Yay!
you need to say show me potato salad.
Yeah, you gotta say the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I keep forgetting. Ah.
All right, so 17.
Mm-hmm.
So as you get a couple of hours into your crafting there, Kadir, can you give me a perception check at disadvantage and the rest of you a normal perception check, please?
That is my third 5 in 4 rolls.
oh, you're back, Rickett.
Wait, who's at disadvantage?
Just Kadir. He's captivated by, or not captivated, but distracted by the crafting.
Oh no, another happening one.
Open Rebonics.
Well, as each of you are keeping an eye out, a little bit better than Kadir, with him being slightly distracted, you see little bits of splashing beginning to make its way towards your ship. Onyx, you're able to see as the wakes kind of go up and down them to be serpents, snakes, making their way towards you.
Snakes are coming. Gird your loins, boys.
How many?
Oh,
How many
How
do
many?
I see?
4
One second.
loins.
Hmm?
I said 4 loins.
I met him. I don't know what he said.
I don't
You
know
see,
either.
How's that a number?
you see 7 at the moment.
I see 7 coming.
How far away are they?
Let me move you guys to here. And will you all put your tokens on your little boat?
I guess we aren't doing the cloud thing yet.
I
Up there, I had to zoom out. I was like, God damn.
did you cast water breathing?
Sam.
I did that at the beginning of
Cast
the
it
day.
at the you cast it at night, and then I think you recasted it as well. So, quite a bit of
Good- yeah.
overlapping.
The point was to do it at the beginning of the day, yeah.
So
How far away are they?
yeah, that's the.
I'm gonna. Well, I didn't. I mean, of all people, no offense, but I didn't expect Onyx to notice it. I kind of expected Krev and Trace, but let me unveil him for you.
Oh god, when Crab appeared, I'm like, they can't be that close. Oh.
Yeah, I can't drag my token for some reason.
Wow, that is.
Can you drag your
real-
name?
That is really
Nope.
close.
Oh, there we go. Weird.
This is a huge fucking map. I mean, we are in the ocean or whatever, but still.
I can. They saw us really quickly, or rather, they got up.
We saw them
always-
late.
Yeah, we saw them really late. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. For how close they are, yeah.
Let me see if I can get the ship dimensions a little bit better. Here we go. So at least you guys can stand on, like, mostly solid part. Well, what do you do?
That's sure.
Well, I
I mean,
mean-
should we just go ham or?
I mean, I don't think we really have a choice at this point. They're too close for us to escape. So
And we can't let
Yeah.
them escape and
I mean, we should
notify
be-
anyone either.
we should be rolling initiative at this point, right?
I mean, if you guys are going to be begin combat, but if you guys are going to try to run or something of the nature, I was giving you a
Well,
moment to react, I guess.
I don't think we can risk them escaping and telling, their people
Oh,
that we, are coming, right?
All right.
that I mean, that is yeah, you're right. You're right. A battle.
Well, then it does sound like each of you have made your decision.
Yeah. Big choice.
I mean, otherwise, there's,
That is
our
not
stealth
what
is
I
going-
rolled.
Okay, just double checking. I got Krev at 15. I have Kadir at a natural 20. Are you sure that's not what you rolled?
If only it was for crafting.
Oh, sorry, bud. Trace at 21 and 14, 16.
Did I outroll Trace?
Seems.
Okay, so at the top of the turn order, Kadir.
All right. The closest one, I'm going to hit it with. I'm gonna hit it with 2 Eldritch Blasts.
All right. Go ahead and give me your attack roll.
First is a 20, or I'm sorry, first is a 13 to hit. Second is a 22.
Both hit.
A grand total of 33 damage, and he fires 20. He fires 20 foot back, directly away from me.
How big are these snakes?
About very variable in or various ranges. Look to be between 5, some getting close to 10.
Meters?
Foot.
Ugh. Is that a bit measurement to use? I'm just kidding you. Okay.
All right, so both of them hit. You see bits of chunks of the snake fly up into the air, mixed with bits of the seawater as it gets pretty messed up, and you see it get pushed back.
It is 10 feet per 10 feet per hit, so I don't know if it slowed down, but total of 20 unless it got slowed down for whatever
gotcha.
reason. That's my turn.
Like,
Alright.
so which one was it that he hit? He hit that one? Oh. Well, I'm just going to fire on that one over here. Anyways.
Got it.
So. Advantage. I'll go before that. So. 26? 28, sorry. Sorry.
That'll hit.
No, I'm not using sneak attack. I might crit, after all. 13. And I'm going to fire again.
Okay.
Same one. 22.
Got it.
15. It's still alive.
Yes.
I'm going to use sharpshooter on the last one.
This time, though, on the second shot, you see when the arrow sinks in, it changes, turning into a Yanti.
Okay.
A little bit of a different one, but one that you still recognize from your experience battle or previous battles.
Okay, well, I'm firing the last shot at that one. So that's 22.
Got
I
it.
assume that hits. So that's going to, and that's with sneak attack. So that's going to be 27 points damage and Dread Ambrosia. So 30 points of damage.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it.
All right. Well, as the arrows sink in, you see this one having a bit of a difficult time maneuvering in the water. And it will attempt to, I guess, in a last-ditch effort, board the ship. All right. Then it brings us to Onyx.
I have a question. Would I get the sense that they've already seen me and know what I look like and all that?
I guess you could feel that that is a pretty fair assumption since going through the portal.
Oh, I didn't mean like that. I was thinking of like doing disguise self really quickly to look like them, like I've done before. To look like I'm a prisoner on the ship with you guys. Oh. Or I could just jump out of the boat. Okay. I'll do that. Fuck it. Wait. One.
Is the boat still moving though?
Yes. It'll move
Technically,
at
what-
the end of every round.
Okay.
If I have to, I'll use my mirthful leaps. Okay. So, going to attempt to attack him.
All right. Unfortunately, a 10 is a miss. I think the 12 actually might be a hit. Let me double check. Yes, 12 is a hit.
Okay.
Nice.
And you can see him looking pretty wounded. The blood is beginning to just be quite diluted through the water.
All right.
Well, damn.
That'll play.
Purposefully.
Hey, double the damage you did. Nice. And that is enough to bring it down.
Okay, and I want to say, in the, what is it, Abyssal Infernal, whichever one they speak, I want to tell them to fuck off, basically. That they're gonna die if they stay here.
We don't want them to escape.
I don't want them to attack us either. I don't want them to try to kill us.
Mhm.
I mean,
I
I'm still
mean-
gonna kill them.
Right, yeah. Well, we don't want them going back to base and warning them.
This is 100% a meta conversation. So.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it's not, because Kyle said we can talk during combat.
As long as you RP it, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
That's not
Okay.
much RP, but
Okay, so I'm still gonna say that because my intention is to be a ruse either way.
right.
okay. Anything else? That was a pretty good attack roll, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. Thanks. That's it, except what I said.
Perfect. Krev. You hear Onyx shout out in a different language that you do not understand.
I think the only person that would understand is Kadir.
Um,
I do
Okay.
believe so.
Okay,
this
that
is a
works.
weird question, and I googled it because I was concerned about my spell. I'm limited on options here. I was concerned whether creating a bonfire on the water would do anything, and according to Jeremy Crawford, he says that it takes up a 5-foot space regardless of environment. So, if you're allowing it, I would like to create a bonfire on this guy here.
But keep in mind what you posted earlier. Every creature in water has resistance to fire damage.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
I literally have no other options right now,
Oh, fair enough.
unless I want to use a leveled spell at the moment.
I was
So-
gonna say I'm waiting for conjured animals.
Yeah, but I think it's a little soon.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, that's kind of for later. Yeah, I'm gonna drop a crate bonfire on him, even if he has resistance. It's a dex save. Cool.
I should have thought about this a moment sooner, but while you're doing that, Krev, Onyx, can you give me a perception check?
Yeah.
And which one are you doing it on?
Me? This one.
Got it. And it takes it out.
Huh.
Perfect.
Is this an illusion?
Was that the one that Kadir injured?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I-
okay.
I hit it for like 30 something.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well.
So that might have just been a legit giant snake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, possibly, or I mean, could have just weakened it enough for me to kill. Who knows?
Onyx, as you're diving into the water and taking a look around in order to find your target, you do notice quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Fuck.
Did something happen?
There we go.
Oh, I was like, are we in an alternate universe where only Rickett and I can hear each other? Gonna do something?
No, what I've noticed is when I'm on a different window,
Oh.
Discord doesn't work for me. From the other when I'm on like the other desktop for the map to operate it from the GM screen. And when I do that, for whatever reason, Discord doesn't recognize the voice, and neither does the stream. So I just try to do it as quickly as possible, but
That's weird.
it is pretty annoying. I've been trying to figure it out all the time, but I mean, I'm not going to spend hours and hours. I'll put in 15 minutes a day at this point.
I just tend to like mute myself as it's not my turn, to be honest with you.
But Krev, is that it for your turn?
Yeah, that's all I got.
I would like to shout out, not as part of the extra snakes showing up, I would like to say, but steer the ship west, northwest. They are too close.
Wreck-It, it's your turn, bud.
I guess I'll do that then, because if we're not getting close, I'm not going to do pretty much jack shit in this encounter. We'll steer the ship northwest.
Got it. So you begin to turn the ship. Luckily, it's not very large, and soon the bow begins to rotate towards Onyx.
I would like to reach my hand down into the water to try and grab Onyx if I can.
Put you all right there, and then when you end your turn, Wreck-It, then that's when the boat will get its full movement.
I'm assuming that took an action to do.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought we were moving faster. Never mind.
Just have to reorganize the tokens a tad, but not much. Be something like that, I assume.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anything else, Reckon?
That's all I can do at the moment.
All right. So,
Whoops.
got to do a little bit of moving of the enemies, and then I'll move the ship. But while I'm doing this, Kadir, can you give me an athletics check?
What is this for?
For me, right?
You said that you were going to grab Onyx, and
Oh.
your turn will be at the top of the turn order, so...
Okay. Is this part of my action?
Yes. To
Okay.
grab her and pull her up, indeed.
No, I thought when that happened, I thought we would be moving much faster.
Well, I'm going to be moving the ship more, but I've got enemies to move too.
In that case, I guess I don't really know. Negate that. If it was part of my action, then yeah, negate that. Please.
Okay. Well, I'll still follow through on what, where Kadir, or not Kadir, but Rekit is steering the ship and move accordingly. Onyx, if you wish to grab the ship or anything, feel free.
Sure. I shall.
All right. Athletics check.
Okay.
Oh no. We're about to have a whole lot of attack of opportunities.
Post movement doesn't count.
Hmm.
All right. So as you swing in, you hear bits of like batters against the sides of the ship. It doesn't seem to, cause any damage. And you hear almost a smack. You look over, you see Onyx's hand grasping on to the edge of the ship. I'll do the rest of the movement. Get that guy out of there so I don't accidentally take him with you. As you continue on, a few more batters, as you run over a few of the snakes. Kadir, your turn.
Which snakes am I aware of?
At this point, we'll just say all of them.
All right. One, two, three, four, five. All right. In that case, I'm just gonna say fuck it and place a shatter right here. I need 5 Constitution saves.
You got it, dude.
And I'm gonna go ahead and roll 4d8 of damage and pray. Wow. That's the best I've ever rolled for that.
Man, if you could have just made that one into even just like a 3, that'd have been massive. That's such a good roll.
Yeah.
That one just makes it look bad because it's red and all next to that green.
Yeah, I know. It's so pretty.
So with the 5, we'll do the top to bottom. So starting here, then moving here, then left, right, and then 1 down.
Actually, this one is ignored. Starting down here and going up to here.
Okay. Well, the rolls will go down, but I wasn't sure if it was from this guy to this guy, or him to
Oh,
him.
fair. I see that point now. Yeah, I went lower. I went lower.
All right. So, well, the first one is a 5. It's a fail. 6. It's a fail. 17, I think, is still a fail.
It is not. It's a success.
Okay, and so the 12 is a fail, then the 18's a success. So only 2 succeed. Third and fifth.
Okay. 24 damage, please. Marking off
Okay.
a spell slot.
Thank you.
$72 plus 24, total of 96 damage. Oh, it's pretty all right.
And the top one is obliterated. You just see it shatter. Pieces, chunks of meat fly through the air.
What this probably looks like to anyone else is just like a lightning explosion in the water. That probably looks kind of like when a sea mine explodes.
It's like people fishing with dynamite, you know.
Also not dissimilar, yeah.
Oh, is that it for your turn? I figured it was.
Yeah.
I think he said yes, right?
Oh, yes, I did.
I mean, it sounded more of like a question, so I thought he might have been thinking.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said ye, but I don't know if it came through or not.
Uh-uh.
So I think the next one is Trace.
Those snakes are surprisingly close. I don't like that.
Surprisingly close snakes.
Can I do something smart here? I guess I can't. I'm just going... Does any of the snakes look badly hurt? I guess not. I'm just going to fire on this one right here.
Well, the few that just got struck by the lightning look pretty hurt.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine on that one then.
So it'd be into this group. Oh, it didn't work. This group.
I'm going to sharpshooter first. Hit.
All right, you just let me know which one you're hitting.
Whatever ones were hit with lightning.
Well, you can only hit one of the three of.
Oh.
Or the five, or well, the four that remained, one died, but of the five in total.
The closest one then.
All right.
So that's 19. I assume that hits, right?
God, I hope so. If it doesn't,
Yeah,
that's
for
a
sure.
problem.
And if my tracking is correct, this one is the closest one that got affected. So.
Okay. So 25 points of damage.
All right. The arrow sinks in, piercing, almost going directly through the snake. It's about halfway through. It's giving it quite a bit of a hindrance.
But it's still a
Trying
snake.
to swim, but yes, it's still a snake.
Damn it. One more. Such a big chance to use sharpshooter, but I do it again. There we go. 9. Yeah, I shouldn't have used that.
You are
Unfortunately,
hubris.
the 9 is a miss.
Yeah. I took a chance. Yeah, I'm just going to stay where I am. I can't really do anything.
All right. So that's it for you.
Yep.
I believe this will. Well, first. This snake climbs up aboard onto the ship, and after coiling itself around the rudder, you then see it beginning to change form.
Punch his face.
It disappeared under the boat.
Oh no, it made a stealth check. Run.
Does that work?
Oh, well, there we
I
all
hit
go.
you guys.
Now we're under the boat.
Goodbye, everyone.
I fix. All right, and then Onyx, it's your turn.
This is a crowded party.
I'm gonna attempt to get into the boat.
All right. From grasping on, it will take your action to pull yourself up and out of the water.
Right, I'll do that.
Okay. So an athletics check. Sorry, I forgot to hold on push to talk. Oh yeah, you do so quite easily. I think you could just like hoist yourself up with one arm practically with that roll and pull yourself up out of the water, just kind of flopping down onto the deck of the ship.
Hi guys, I'm back.
Nice.
Anything else for your turn?
Nah.
But you're right there. Krev.
Rail.
If I kind of hard to see the squares here. We're kind of in between.
I know,
but
like
if
as long as like you're kind of like half on, I'm not like too
Okay.
concerned about it.
If
I
I
know it's gonna
can-
snap weird, so
Yeah. If I can, I'd move up in Primal Savagery. The line T.
sure.
Alright.
Give me that attack roll. Oh, I thought that landed on the 20.
Ah,
And then
god damn it.
Well, 10, unfortunately, that's a miss.
I think that's all I got.
Wrecked, you can do something.
And boy, am I gonna do something.
Fuck him up.
Here comes a spear attack. Does this count as being flanked?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I swear to God, if you roll double threes.
And I will attempt a stun on her.
Because you have such a stunning
Are you sure?
personality. Wink, wink.
On the second thought, nah. Here comes the second spear attack.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at least let me take the damage away first. She's looking quite rough after that first spear attack. These ones do not seem to be quite as formidable as previous foes.
Nice.
That hitting as well.
Is that it?
Takes her down.
All right.
Sick.
First blood.
And she just falls. After you put the spear into her and pull it out, she just falls to the deck of the ship.
Can I? Am I within 5 feet of that one directly south? I don't think so.
Not from that spot. If you go one down, I'll give it to you.
Okay. Can I use my bonus action to do an unarmed strike on that snake?
If you want to punch down into the water.
Yeah, take this. Haha.
Aha! Check me out, Stever. All right, give me the roll. 19 will hit.
Awesome. That's all I got.
All right, and then the snakes will get closer. You hear bits more of battering against the ship. At this point, the ship is still turning towards the northwest and continuing on.
You're really making this second shatter look tasty.
Oh no,
I'll
we're
make
all
it.
floating.
I'll make it a bit easier and let you all move your tokens, so then that way I don't move all the rest
Thank
of the
you.
snakes. Figured that would definitely make it a bit easier. Something like that, or at least close to it.
All right.
But with that being the end, will bring us back to Kadir. So I'll just ask you guys: do you want to continue for a little bit, or do you just want to call it here and pick it up with combat? It will be a couple weeks till then. Of course, next week having off, and then the following week I wanted to take off, but with Rekid having that already requested some PTO, if you will, I just decided to line it up with that. Just plus, Krev was busy that week as well.
I sadly can't stay up anymore, as I'm very tired. So, and I guess it's more than one round. Yeah, I can't stay up. Sorry.
I would definitely say it's more than one round.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably I can shatter 7. I'm not sure I want to, but I say let's just hold it off till next game. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be nice to start with the battle.
That sounds good to me. But with that, then we will call tonight. Of course, like I said, we're gonna have the next couple of weeks off. But then when we pick it back up, what will that?
With
put
the level
us-
7. Sorry.
Actually, that'll bring us to July 1st, if I'm not mistaken. You threw me off on my train of thought. What you
Yeah,
said that.
July 1st.
So,
Damn.
yeah, it'll seem like a bit of time, but with what we're getting into, things of that manner, and I feel like it's probably better, even if I do feel like totally fine next week after my second shot, to knock it all out in like one go versus taking maybe like a week or two off when you get there. I mean, of course, depending on how it goes about. You guys
So
all
then-
have a pretty solid plan.
I think we had. I think we had one. We didn't burn too many resources in this fight. I mean, it's possibly mostly over, but
Yeah.
I think the fact that we're headed in the right direction now means that those snakes are going to have a difficult ass time in dealing with us. So.
All right, well, let's go ahead and close everything up and sign on out.
All right, sounds good. So next game is 7-1. Is that what you said?
Yep. Yeah, it'll be on July 1st,
Okay.
and of course, unless
You're
anything
like, you take
changes.
the day first, then the month.
That's how most places
we're-
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in American time and we speak American.
Everyone have a good
American,
night.
yeah.
We'll post discussions if we have any other reason to need a little bit longer or whatever the case is. We'll go from there. But everyone have a good night.
All right.
Bye, folks.
Have a good night, everyone.